What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I'm going to go over some of the top questions I get asked on the Osmo Pocket 3. I have created a lot of videos on the Osmo Pocket 3, and in those comments section, I am getting some frequently asked questions. So in this video, I thought it'd be a great idea to go over some of those questions with you. So let's jump into it. What resolutions and frame rates can the Osmo Pocket 3 support? So this camera offers a variety of different frame rates and resolutions. It offers 4K, 2.7K, and 1080p, and it does offer frame rates starting at 24 frames per second, 25, 30, 48, 50, and 60 in normal shooting mode. So you really have a variety of frame rates to choose from. I like to shoot at 24 frames per second just because I think it looks the most cinematic. However, a lot of vloggers out there are shooting at 30 frames per second. So it's really up to you to choose what look you're going for. And then for my B-roll, I tend to shoot at 50 or 60 frames per second because I love to slow that footage back down. And in my opinion, slow motion B-roll looks great. Speaking of slow motion, how about this one? Should I walk slower when recording in slow motion or maintain my normal walking speed? So in the industry, when using a gimbal, Steadicam, or anything like that, there is a walk called the Ninja Walk. I want you to bend your knees, get low, and you really want to maintain a level field with the Osmo Pocket 3, because if I'm walking normal with the Osmo Pocket 3, even though it does have a gimbal, my camera is going to go up and down like this, and you are going to see some of those up and downs in your footage. However, when you're doing a Ninja Walk and you're really trying to maintain the camera as steady as possible on the same level while you're walking, your footage is going to look a little bit smoother. I also much prefer to do wraps with the Osmo Pocket 3 and any gimbal for that sake. And when you're doing a wrap like this, and I'll show you some examples here, the footage is going to look extremely smooth. And in my opinion, the wrap and a Ninja Walk are some of the best ways to ensure you're getting extra smooth footage with your Osmo Pocket 3. How long does the Osmo Pocket 3's battery health hold up over time? I have had this Osmo Pocket 3 for, I don't know, over a year now, and I have not had any issues with the battery life. I do have the extended battery, which does come with the creator combo. And when I have these two connected, I can film all day without a worry. I haven't had any issues where I was running low on battery. But if you are running low on battery, no problem. This battery charges up super quickly. So you can just take a coffee break, charge up, and you're ready to rock and roll. Do you prefer D-Log or low light mode for recording at night? So I shoot everything on D-Log with my Osmo Pocket 3. This way I have full latitude of the colors that are coming out of the Osmo Pocket 3. You know, I really don't want to clip my highlights or my shadows, and I don't want DJI to choose the baked look that I am capturing. I want to be able to color grade this footage in post. And what I have noticed about the low light mode on the Osmo Pocket 3 is it's really adding a lot of contrast to the shot, and it is also adding its own noise reduction. And in my opinion, it looks very digitalized. When I film with my Osmo Pocket 3 at nighttime, I really am going for a cinematic film look. So I'm okay if there's a little bit of noise, a little bit of grain. So just go out there, shoot in D-Log, and add a simple S-curve to it, and your footage is going to be looking good. Coming off of this, do you apply any color grading to your Osmo Pocket 3 videos? I do. I always shoot in D-Log, and if you look on my channel, I do have a couple of tutorials on how to color grade your footage that you are capturing on your Osmo Pocket 3. I break them down. I go through Adobe Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, and I also show you how to color grade within CapCut. So check them out. I think the D-Log that comes off of the Osmo Pocket 3 is really great because you are getting 10-bit colors, so you can really push the colors in the Osmo Pocket 3 a lot and really create that look you are going for in that specific video. One downside I do see to the colors that are coming off of this camera is it really saturates the blues a lot, but not a problem. You can just bring the blues down in post. So I normally target the blues specifically and I bring them down a little bit so they look a little bit more normal. Should I shoot videos vertically or horizontal for TikTok or Instagram Reels? So I generally always shoot at 4K wide on my Osmo Pocket 3 in a horizontal format, because then when I get into post, I get to choose where the vertical crop is, right? So If I have a wide shot, I can choose a crop over here to make it vertical, and I can go across the whole frame. However, this is up to you. If you are shooting mostly videos with the Osmo Pocket 3 for TikTok or Instagram, you may want to take advantage of the vertical shooting capabilities, and this is going to save you an extra step in post. I am considering a Pro Mist filter for the Osmo Pocket 3. Should I choose a 1/4 or 1/8 strength? So this is a great question. I got asked this a lot when I created a video on Pro Mist filters, and I like the 1/8 Pro Mist filter over the 1/4 Pro Mist. I think 1/4 Pro Mist is just a lot, and you know, unless you're really going for that dreamy look, I don't think you need to add that much Pro Mist in order to get that glowing effect. Is it possible to record directly from the Osmo Pocket 3 to an external SSD drive? So I have not tried this, but I don't think it is possible. However, that isn't a problem. You know, the micro SDs that go in the Osmo Pocket 3 are really great, and you could buy them up to 512 gigabytes. I think you could even buy a terabyte one if you really wanted to. And I have had one in here, which I believe is a 256 gigabyte micro SD card. And I don't have any issues of running out of storage, especially if I'm just going out for a weekend, or even if you're going out for a week. I took this camera with me to Spain, and I was there for almost 10 days, and I didn't have any issues on 256 gigs of filling up my memory card. As long as you're buying a high gigabyte SD card, I don't think you'll have any issues of running out of storage on the Osmo Pocket 3. Can I use a phone or an iPad as an external monitor for the Osmo Pocket 3? You can use a phone or an iPad as an external monitor to the Osmo Pocket 3. There is a great app that DJI has. It is called the Mimo app, and inside the app you can preview the image that is coming off of the Osmo Pocket 3. You can also do a lot of cool stuff. You can control the gimbal in there, and you can change all of your settings. So this works out really great if you're looking for an external monitor for your Osmo Pocket 3. You can be walking around and controlling it while a friend or someone is viewing the footage at a bigger monitor to ensure you're capturing the footage you want to capture. Do you adjust sharpness or noise reduction settings when editing Osmo Pocket 3 videos? So I try not to add any noise reduction or sharpness. This camera has an amazing sensor, and most of the time the footage you are capturing is very clean. And when you start adding a lot of sharpness to your videos, it is going to start to look digitalized. And I much prefer to have my videos look like real film, which tends to be a little softer, a little noisier. So I'm okay if my footage has a little bit of noise and looks a little soft. What software are you using to edit your videos? I prefer to work inside Premiere Pro because I am so familiar with that software. However, if you are just starting out, I do recommend starting out in CapCut. It is a free software, and I do have a couple videos on my channel where I do break down how to edit your Osmo Pocket 3 footage inside CapCut. What improvements or features would you like to see in the next generation of the Osmo Pocket 3? Some features I would love to see is an optical zoom on this camera. So even if it's 15 to 35 or 24 to 70, having an optical zoom on the Osmo Pocket 4 would really make this a great all-around camera. And I would love to get a little bit closer, and having optical zoom, I know I'm not going to lose any quality. Another feature I would love to see is having a higher bit rate for those 120 frames per second. I would love to see these frame rates available in normal shooting mode. Now, I don't think the Osmo Pocket 4 will come out for another couple of years because how successful the Osmo Pocket 3 is right now. And the Osmo Pocket 3 really is future-proof. I do think this camera is going to be great for another couple of years. Awesome, well, thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I just thought it was important for me to answer all these frequently asked questions that I normally get. And it looks like my light just died, so that means it is a good time to wrap up this video. If you have any additional questions, please let me know in the comments section below, and I'll be sure to answer them. Please like and subscribe to my channel because you know it helps my channel grow, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.